Today we're starting the final module of 6th grade, and it is statistics. So today we're doing lesson 1, posing statistical questions. Please read along silently as I read the lesson aloud to you. Statistics is about using data to answer questions. In this module, the following 4 steps will summarize your work with data. Step 1, pose a question that can be answered by data. Step 2, determine a plan to collect the data. Step 3, summarize the data with graphs and numerical summaries. Step 4, answer the question posed in step 1 using the data and summaries. First thing we're going to be looking at is what is a statistical question. Jerome, a 6th grader at Roosevelt Middle School, is a huge baseball fan. He loves to collect baseball cards. He has cards of current players and of players from past baseball seasons. With his teacher's permission, Jerome brought his baseball card collection to school. Each card has a picture of a current or past Major League Baseball player, along with information about the player. When we placed his cards out for the other students to see, they asked Jerome all sorts of questions about his cards. Some asked, how many cards does Jerome have altogether? What is the typical cost of a card in Jerome's collection, and where did Jerome get the cards? The statistical question is one that will be answered with data. A statistical question is one that can be answered with data. Sorry to repeat that, but I had to make sure I could get my pen working. And for which it is anticipated that the data collected to answer the question will vary. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to the questions that were proposed, and I'm going to show you the difference between a statistical and a non-statistical question. Question 1. How many cards does Jerome have altogether? Okay, this is considered a non-statistical question. It's non-statistical because the data from this question is not going to vary. He's going to have 50 cards, or he's going to have 100 cards. He's not going to have a different amount of cards at that one particular point in time. So this is a non-statistical question. Question 2. What is the typical cost of a card in Jerome's collection? I would consider this to be a statistical question because the amount of baseball cards is going to vary. Some are more valuable cards, probably worth a lot more money. Some rookie players who might not have had their baseball career take off yet might be a little bit less expensive. Okay. Question 3. So this one's statistical. Where did Jerome get the cards? I'm going to actually say that this is a statistical question as well, because he could have gotten his cards from a ton of different places. They could have varied. He could have gotten them from Walmart. He could have gotten them from Dick's Sporting Goods. There's many different places where you're able to buy baseball cards. So you would be able to look at the data and hopefully make a graph from it. My advice to you is anytime that you're asked a question and you can get a whole bunch of different answers to it, that is a statistical question. Okay? There are also different types of data, so let's go over that in example 2. We use 2 types of data to answer statistical questions. The first type is numerical, and the second is categorical. Okay, so if we record the age of 25 baseball cards, we would have numerical data. Each value in a numerical data set is a number. If you could answer a statistical question with a number, that is numerical data. And I'm going to put an N right here just to remind us that's numerical. If we recorded the team of the featured player for 25 baseball cards, you would have categorical data. Although you still have 25 data values, the data values are not numbers. They would be team names, okay? which you can think of as categories, and that's going to be C, categorical data. So if you can answer a question with a number, it's numerical. If you answer a question with an answer, you can put it in different sorts of categories, so that is considered categorical. Now I'd like you to take what you've learned from the video today and try it in some exercises. Good luck!